Big inflation update today. March year-over-year inflation, 8.5%. Staggering. You have been hit with a nearly 10% pay cut in the past year. And to be honest, that number is actually quite flattering. The problem is much bigger when you dive deeper. Gas is up 48%. Electricity, 11.1%. You can see it in there. In no particular order, meat, poultry, and fish, 13.8%. Milk at 13%. Eggs and bread, up big numbers. All the things you buy all the time. Staggering, really. That's right. As an American, you are dramatically poorer than you were in March of 2021. Shortly after the numbers came out, a woman named Lael Brainerd, who works for the Federal Reserve, told the Wall Street Journal the economy should prepare for some serious interest rate hikes. The Federal Reserve pretends that they can manage this moment with precision, and they are lying. The government is about to shove this country into a recession. It's the only way to get inflation under control. The situation is far worse than anybody is letting on. Indications it's going to get a lot worse in this country. The White House, though, is singularly focused on the politics of inflation tonight, more consumed with redirecting the blame for this and saving face after, of course, your government print and spent this country into a disaster. Here was Biden today.
70% of the increase in prices in March came from Putin's price hike in gasoline.
Putin's price hike. That's all you're going to hear about the whole thing. It's all Putin's fault, like everything else. The desperation in their messaging is so transparent. All they care about is their poll numbers at the end of the day. They don't care about anything else. Why would they? Economist Peter Schiff noting that something called the Core Consumer Price Index, which is the price of everything except energy and food, is also up dramatically. Tweeting out, if inflation is Putin's fault, why is the Core Consumer Price Index up as well? A 6.5% rise is still more than triple the Fed's 2% target, has nothing to do with Putin. And at the end, he says the Fed did this. Schiff blaming a politicized Federal Reserve, which has kept interest rates incredibly low to help Biden's economy in the short term, ignoring the pending inflation disaster to come with all of this excessive spending. As for the White House's excuse, even CNN reminding people inflation was spiking long before Ukraine.
The increase in prices obviously long predates the war. We've been seeing inflation rise for most of the past year. In fact, for the last 6 months, inflation has been above the Fed's average target of 2%. So this is not just about the war.
No, it's really not. And while everything costs more, nothing has been more damaging to this White House than gas prices. And so Biden today in the state of Iowa, after 15 months of decimating American energy in this country and constant nauseating pandering to the green activists in his party to the point where you just roll your eyes every time they talk about the environment, the president, after all of that, pulls a classic 180 and announces he's ready to pollute the hell out of this planet to help give Americans cheaper gas. It was quite a thing. We're talking about what's called E15 gasoline. It is weaker than the regular gas you put into your car. It's higher in ethanol, which is made from corn. So you burn more of this gas for every mile you drive, and it also produces more ground-level smog, which is also known as pollution. Environmentalists hate ethanol because they hate corn. Corn farms wipe out natural habitats. They put more fertilizers into our waterways. A month ago, this radical, environment-obsessed White House would have condemned E15 in every way possible. But in an energy crisis that threatens their poll numbers, you realize just how much these people really care about going green.
The Environmental Protection Agency is planning to issue an emergency waiver to allow E15 gasoline that uses more ethanol from homegrown crops to be sold across the United States this summer in order to increase fuel supply.
So good. Just an FYI, Trump's EPA tried to do this exact same thing in 2019. Allow E15 to be burned in the summer. It helps farmers. It was going to make gas prices even cheaper. Not that Trump needed any help with that. The gas was freaking cheap already. But he was going to pull this move. They attempted it. His EPA attempted. And you remember how much the left hated Trump's EPA. Oh, they loathed them. The move was blocked by a panel of D.C. judges in a circuit court. Now, you have to wonder what they're going to say now that Biden's trying to do this, and also because nobody's paying attention to this part of the story, so they think they'll be able to get away with it. Unless you're watching this show, you're not going to hear much about this. I'm sure with Biden trying to allow E-15 to burn in the summer months, it'll all be just fine. We'll see how it goes. His politics agrees with that D.C. Circuit Court. Quite funny. The larger issue tonight, though, is with our Federal Reserve, whose only purpose is regulation and maintaining financial stability. That is why they are there. How on earth our Fed screwed up so badly is beyond comprehension. 8.5% inflation when the target is 2%. For the past 2 years, your government printed and spent money in ways we have never seen before. And because the people that run your government are so stupid, nobody really thought there might be any kind of consequence to this. It was abysmal to watch. It was horrifying. Anybody that follows our national debt looked at it in awe of how ridiculous it was. And anybody with a cursory knowledge of economics should have been able to see what's happening right now coming. And yet the best experts that we have either didn't see this coming or more likely did see this coming and ignored it for some particular reason. Perhaps, and quite obviously in my opinion, a political reason.